So I'm out on a camping trip and I'm in Cumbria. I'm actually at a place called Bardsey, which is looking out over to Morecambe Bay, which hopefully you can see there. I'll actually show it a little bit closer up. But I've just hit the 8,000 mile mark on the Mitas E-07 Plus tyres. 8,000 miles. And they're still doing okay. Let me show you the view, and then I'm going to get the tyre depths so we can see where they're at now in comparison to 1,000 miles ago. I'm doing these videos every 1,000 miles just to have a record of the life of the Mitas E-07 Plus tyres on the Honda CB500X. Now, it'll be different for every bike, it'll be different for every style of riding, it'll be different even to little things like the suspension on a bike, how the tyres wear. I've got the rally raid suspension on this little bike here, so it probably performs better on the road for the tyres and maybe gives them a little bit extra life. However, let's have a look at the view. I'll get the tyre depths and we'll see how they compare, and I'll tell you how I'm feeling with the tyres at 8,000 miles. So there she is, the Honda CB500X. And how about this for a stunning view? It's a bit cloudy today. It's still warm, cloudy with a little bit of wind. Now that's Morecambe Bay in front of you. And Bardsey is near a place called Ulverston in Cumbria. Well, a lovely place this. Okay, so the front at 7,000 miles, 1,000 mile ago, the middle, this area here was 6.5, and it's now still 6.5, so it hasn't had any appreciable depth loss down the centre. The outer edge, which is this area here, not the very outer, so because that doesn't wear, but this area here, 1,000 mile ago at 7,000, that was 8mm, and that's now 7.5, so it has lost about 0.5 millimetre on that edge there. So on that edge there, it has lost about 0.5 millimetre. Now, you can see these tyres are wearing, but this is 8,000 miles, guys, and we've still got block patterns. I've just been on a couple of bits of gravel tracks in the last day or two, and it's coped very well with them. But you can see wear there, and you can see the depth indicators here. But to be honest, they are still pretty good tyres, especially on the road. I mean, they'll wear, don't know how many miles they'll do on the road, but they'll do a lot yet. They'll get to a point where they're not going to be performing too well on the off-road. The last 1,000 miles has been mostly road. I've had a few bits of gravel tracks. I've had quite a bit of motorway this last 1,000 miles. So 8,000 miles, these tyres are superbly performing. And they're still grippy on gravel tracks. I did have one little section which was rocky, and it still held up okay, but I feel that probably with a little bit more rougher track than a gravel track, with the odd bits of rocks, they will not be performing like they did when they were new. But 8,000 miles, they're doing really well. So on the rear, the middle section, which is this section here, at 7,000 miles, that was 5mm, and that's now gone down to 4.5mm. So they're wearing, the back tyres are wearing down now. So middle part, 4.5mm. The outer edge, which is this edge here, it's not the very outer. It's not the very outer, but this edge here, this band here, that's still at 9mm, which is what it was 1,000 miles ago. So for the road and for gravel tracks, they still got life in them, especially for the road, they're okay. On gravel, they're holding out all right. I did hit a few bits of rocky sections when I was having a ride on a little bit of a trail a couple of days ago, and I didn't feel they were gripping the rocks too greatly. You can see you can see where they're wearing now. But at 8,000 miles, that's pretty impressive, I think. Obviously, if you were using them trail riding all the time, they would wear out quicker. Well, I hope that's proved useful to you. Every 1,000 miles from new up to 8,000 miles today, we're keeping an eye on these Mitas E-07 Plus tyres. I'm very happy with their performance. I really want to take them as far as I possibly can, but I guess at some stage, if I'm going to do some trail rides, I might have to swap them out. For now, 8,000 miles, over and out.